Be a part of history and subscribe to my 2 YouTube channels and join the 100,000 pharaohs that exist. And of course, follow me on Twitch as I create a radio station from the ground up. They ain't never seen a young black reporter coming like this. All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, how's everybody doing out there? All right, this is why the young don't really rock with the old, because of all this hating from older artists who are no longer in a position to really pop off anymore. So let's just go ahead and put it on the screen. Waka Flocka did an interview, right? And he was asked about Lil Pump. I didn't watch the interview in totality because I couldn't find it. But Waka was asked about a newer artist, Lil Pump. For those who don't know who Lil Pump is, he has one of the biggest records right now in the country. Oh, it was like a month or two ago, called Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci. That is literally the hook. Like, I'm not even joking. That's the entire hook. And the Lil Pump artist, he's had a nice tape. He's having a nice little run right now. The youth's rocking with his movement strong. And Flocka apparently ain't here for it. As a matter of fact, Waka said this in an interview. He said, Lil Pump raps about the shit that I've been rapping about on my last 30+ CDs. Literally the same shit. Same way on my same sounding beats, right? He said, Lil Pump's like a white Waka Flocka. Excuse me, not white. Albino Waka Flocka, all right? And if you don't think that's a shot, that's definitely a shot. He's saying you're not even like the black him. And I think Lil Pump's Hispanic, or I don't know what he is, but that's a shot. And I'm a Waka Flocka fan, right? I've interviewed Flocka before, great guy. He's just a great human being. But we ain't gonna act like that ain't hate. That's Waka pretty much saying, yo, I'm not getting the checks that this artist Lil Pump is getting right now, and I don't like it. Here's what I don't like. At one point in time, Waka Flocka was the artist that everybody was checking for. Trust me, I remember them Salute Me or Shoot Me tapes. I remember LeBron Flocka James. People were rocking with those tapes. Flocka had a moment, a nice 5 to 6 year window. And by the way, we don't talk about Flocka enough in this regard. There are not a lot of artists who run the college scenes in our country like Flocka does. Flocka is booked at every big time college once, maybe twice a year. And that's been like that for maybe a decade now. Flocka gets his bread. Now, to book him, it might not be 30 or 40 bands. It's about 20 bands to book him nowadays. But, I mean, gosh, if I could tell you can make 20 bands a night, what, for the rest of your life, that's pretty darn good. And I think there's this hating wave from older artists. And Flocka's not an old guy. He's got to be around 30-ish. I think there's this hating wave from artists who had the spot, had the shine, and they're now mad because as hip-hop grows and how hip-hop has become the #1 genre, these guys are mad that money has increased with it. Hip-hop has now become the forefront. We're not checking for pop and R&B like that. Those promoters are giving that money to the hip-hop niggas or the niggas with the mumble rap. The kids want to see that. These 18, 19-year-olds want to see that. And I think that stems from pure hatred. Is Lil Pump my cup of tea? No, I don't listen to him like that. But am I gonna hate on the brother for making his money when Flocka ain't gonna act like he was the most lyrical guy when he was kicking game? You don't remember some of the songs Flocka had? What's the difference between Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang and Love That Gun Sound? Love that gun sound. I mean, come on now. I got a whole lot of money. Bitches counted for me. Bottle keeps popping, that's why the bad hoes jocking. I mean, is there really a big difference between that and some of the things that Lil Pump is rapping about? I mean, Lil Pump's got a record where he's pretty much saying, I got fast cars, bad bitches, and designer clothes. Couple thousand on my wrist, and my neck is on froze. I mean, is there really a difference between Lil Pump's content and Waka's content? They just reach different audience. I think a lot of people tie Waka to the streets more than they do somebody like Lil Pump, and I'm fine with that. Waka's a real thorough dude. I'm fine with that. But I mean, golly, lyrically, the actual music, the content, is there really much of a difference for Waka to feel as if though he's got to hate on this young buck? And like I said, I rock with Waka, but come on, y'all. That's pure hatred, and I just don't think it's good enough right now for older artists who's still able to make money to hate on the younger artists, because right now, at this present time, they're more booked. The price value, they're wanted more right now, is more than some of these artists who had to shine back in their day and they weren't able to capitalize and make this type money. To give Waka credit, We're not saying Lil Pump's gonna be able to age for 10 to 15 years, because what I've seen from a lot of these mumble rappers are that they're staying around for like a couple years, making really, really good money. But when they fall off all the way completely because they don't have real hit records. A guy like Flocka's gonna be able to tour for the rest of his life because his music means something and it touched people. I just don't think lyrically there's that big of a difference. There's one thing if we're talking about Jay-Z and Flocka, but lyrically, I don't think there's that big a difference between Waka's music that got him hot and what's making Lil Pump hot, enough for Waka to say Lil Pump is copying his style and his swag. I'm sorry, man. Mr. Taliaferro TV, thank you for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.